We human beings are funny things. We can choose to reject who we are, or we can choose to analyze ourselves as we understand ourselves. For only human beings on this planet, as far as I know, can understand themselves in retrospect, can look back on their lives and try to see where their lives are leading, who they have been and who they will be, and really question who they are. Now, the grand who, the the one who, I guess you could say, is the source or God, but there are many levels of realization between us and that ultimate from which we came, from which we must return and be a part of once more. But as human beings, we can choose to focus instead on this material realm and materialistic things like money, wealth, women, alcohol, substances, pride, greed. We can choose to focus on those things which are very bound into the limited time span we had to exist as a human being on this planet, or we can choose to focus on something that is deeper than our time on this planet with this ego, with this person. And if we focus beyond this, if we focus on something that is beyond this ego, this person, then we soon start to realize that we are not this skin, we are not this face, we are not this body, we're not even this personality. We are not even this particular way of seeking that we find ourselves in, like grades of school, for instance, and we're slowly working our way back home. And, this is over lifetimes, this is over many lessons, even in a single lifetime. There are many lessons and phases of development that we go through as human beings, and we could choose to reject the path and just look at, what catches our eye materially, what is very founded in material existence, fears, desires, trying to gain power, trying to make oneself feel good. But there is that nature that is behind everything, that is always beckoning us forward, that is always trying to get us to really look at who we are without this shell, without this body. There is a ghost in the shell, to put it plainly. And if we go beyond, that ghost, if we, the idea of the ghost in the shell, and we start to realize that we are that ghost, that the shell is just, not only is it temporary, it is what binds us here, is what binds our, ghost. I don't really use the term ghost very often, but in this way, it's kind of spirit and soul, and spirit and soul is slightly different, but I'm talking in general terms. Now, if we choose instead as human beings to focus on ourselves that is just behind our small self, that's the lowercase self, small s at the beginning of self. If we choose to focus on the self behind that, step back within our mind, step back within our consciousness, and truly view ourselves as being this one point at one time, yet we have this thread to something that is in all points, at all times. And our soul being separate is very limited. It's a very limited time, and it's very illusory because ultimately we are connected to everything. So we can either choose to really focus on this world, or we can choose to focus on the infinite world that we are meant to go back to and be a part of, not as a separate thing, but as, just another spark in that sun, that infinite sun, I guess you could say. So what we focus on as human beings, we're very privileged. We are allowed to either focus on our survival and that reinforcement of our survival instincts, or we can focus on that which is beyond temporality, beyond time, beyond space, beyond this planet, certainly beyond this body. So what will you choose to focus on as a human being? You have the choice. You have the choice to either become who you were and are meant to be once more in this cyclical, thing that we call, spirituality, where we are in this constant state of becoming. Or we can drop that and keep our eyes unfocused, unclear, and keep our minds muddled with the things of this world. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been informative. If you like this video at all, hit that thumbs up down there, and I will see all of you in the future.